Find the perfect ride for you today with the New Year New Ride sales event at Guam Auto Spot. Get behind the wheel of the 2024 Outlander Sport starting at just $22,995 or only $156 per paycheck. Visit GuamAutospot.com or call 671-478-AUTO.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid, only at Docomo Pacific.
Wendy's Guam's new Thin Mint Frosty is here. It's swirled with Wendy's chocolate mint sauce inspired by the flavor of Girl Scouts Thin Mints. This is no dream, people. Be sure to get your hands on that minty, chocolatey, frosty goodness while you can. The new Thin Mints Frosty won't be around forever. Head on over today to Wendy's Guam. Good, done right. Cold Stone Guam's very berry non-dairy is very berry delicious. The creation is deliciously made with silk chocolate almond milk, strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. Vegans and non-vegans alike will fall for this plant-based, vegan, dairy-free, and lactose-free frozen dessert made with silk chocolate almond milk. Cold Stone Creamery, the ultimate ice cream experience.
Kandit News is brought to you by 76 Circle K Walk.
Good evening, my dear friends. It is 9:25 p.m. on Monday, March 3, 2025. My name is Troy Torres. Thank you so much for joining me in this live cast of a story and this video editorial that that it doesn't just sadden me, it actually devastates me. It makes me angry about the issue of criminal justice or injustice on this island. And, you know, lately there's been so many things to divide us as a people, whether that's what's happening on the national or the international stage or even local issues. But I think one thing that should make red-blooded human beings come together when we talk about the humane treatment of animals. So here's the story. Last month, hi, Sister Janet. I love you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining in this live cast. I appreciate it. Please do share this live cast and anything else that we here at Kandit News produce, or the opinions that we publish of others, or our editorials, or our news. Anyway, last month, Karen Aguilar, she's a member of the rescue community. There's quite a few people in the rescue community, and I'll talk about them in just a minute. So she has these two puppies. They're just a few weeks old, and she puts them up for adoption. They're boonie dogs. Beautiful, beautiful puppies. And she's contacted by a woman. I'm going to call her Kristi. I'm not going to say what, I don't know exactly what I haven't spoken with her. I don't know what her real name is. I've seen the transcripts of text messages. So we'll call her Kristi. Kristi desperately wanted, allegedly, to adopt both these puppies, brother and sister. Karen named them Duke and Mila. And so the handover is done. the puppies are rehomed. Karen thinks that because of the messages that were exchanged, the conversations that she had, the vetting that she did, that this was going to be a good home. You know, this woman, Kristi, was excited about these puppies. And so the handover happens, the homing happens, and then Karen asks for some pictures. How are the puppies doing? How are you doing? Do you need anything? Can you send me some pictures? And she gets nothing. Kristi doesn't respond to any of her messages. On Karen's way to work, she's in Jigo. She is horrified as she approaches what looks like one of her puppies. And she stops, and there's Duke. He is bloodied and mangled, missing some teeth. He had obviously been run over on Marine Corps Drive. And she, at the very least, she was with him until he passed away, until he crossed the Rainbow Bridge, as they say. The picture that I posted as the cover to this, both the website story that we have and to this Facebook Live, and it'll be posted after this goes live onto Instagram and to YouTube as well, is of Duke. I think it was right after he died. And there's a video that Karen took, and you see how bloodied her jeans are. And it was just, it's a heartbreaking image. So Duke dies, and Karen frantically begins texting Kristi saying, "What's going on? Where are you? Where is the other puppy? Where is his sister? Where is Mila?" And after Karen threatens to call the authorities, Kristi finally responds, and her response in this, according to these screenshots, they appear to be sincere. They appear to be someone who is who regrets her decision, someone who anyway, the bottom line is she admits that the day after she took those two puppies, she abandoned them. She said that she took them to Premier Apartments in Jigo, and if you're familiar with the area, Premier Apartments is right along the main road. It's right along Marine Corps Drive. That's just, I mean, don't abandon your animals, but if you're going to abandon your animals, the worst place that you can abandon, especially puppies, is right along Marine Corps Drive. Any part of Marine Corps Drive, from PD through Jigo, is busy. And you see how many dogs and cats, puppies and kittens, are crushed along Marine Corps Drive because of how fast people are going. And when you're on Marine Corps Drive, most likely you have somewhere to go that's urgent because you're either heading to work. It's just a dangerous place, right? So she says in these text messages, she admits that she left them at on the left side of Premier Apartments. There's a blanket there. Anyway, so Karen goes and she finds Mila, and Mila has a broken leg. And she takes Mila to AMC Animal Medical Clinic. That's the veterinary hospital where Dr. Kevin Malakuti practices. The staff there, they conduct x-rays on Mila. They determine that she has some broken bones and she probably needs surgery, but they have to wait for Dr. Malakuti to come back to the island in order to read the x-rays and to determine what to do. If you want to help, because animal surgery is expensive. X-rays alone, the visit alone is expensive. And so if you want to help Karen out, you can donate via the nonprofit organization Guam Paws for Pets on PayPal. And their PayPal, it's in the story. It's going to be on the website story as well. It's Guahan, Guahan, Paws, PAWS, the number 4, PETS, at gmail.com. That's the identifier for PayPal if you want to help out with the bill that Karen Aguilar is going to face from Mila over there. So, I suppose the good news in this is that Mila is now with someone good, with Karen Aguilar, who's a dedicated member of the rescue community on the island. This is not where the story stops, though. Because it would be one thing if Kristi was penitential about what happened. But in the post, so Karen takes this to Facebook. This is how we know about it. She takes this to, I don't know if it's on Guam Pause for Pets or it's on Rough Pack Guam. I can't remember which Facebook page it's on, but she posts the picture, she posts the story of it, she posts updates. And in the comments, you start seeing other members of the rescue community, because Karen posted the picture and other identifying information of Kristi. And so you see others in the rescue community who are saying, hey, I also homed an animal or two that I rescued with this woman, with Kristi. And I also tried to get a hold of her to find out how the animals are doing. And she also left me on red. And there are several of these. And so Renee Tiong, who's another member of the animal rescue community, she gets together with Karen Aguilar and she says, we need to collect all of this. Because, so this, by the way, this happens on February 27 is when Karen finds Duke and then goes and re-rescues Mila. On March 1, she provides the update about Mila. That was on Saturday. And so Karen and Renee, and I don't know who else are talking about what they need to do. So basically, they decide they're going to file a criminal complaint against Kristi because what Kristi did, allegedly, is against Guam's animal abuse laws. There are laws. There are several laws, ranging from misdemeanors to felonies, about the humane treatment of animals. And one of the things that they decide was they're going to collect not just the transcripts and the screenshots of the messages and whatever documentation that they have, but also the testimonies of the other rescuers. And they're going to provide this to the police to show that there is a possible pattern here, that what they might be dealing with is not some, sorry, I'm so sorry that we just couldn't handle it. And so, we just made a rash decision. What they might be looking at and what they wanted to turn over to the police was someone who has some kind of problem where they, for whatever reason, take these animals, ask for these animals, plea for these animals, and then for whatever reason abandon the animals right after. And one of the commenters, one of the people who had a testimony said, on the same day that Karen posted that, that this woman, Kristi, reached out to their family and to this other family and said, hey, I would like to adopt this animal. And so to stop Kristi from any more of this alleged behavior, and because also it's the law, Karen goes to the Guam Police Department today to try to file a criminal complaint based on Guam's animal cruelty laws. And the police officer at the Dedado precinct said that there was no crime that was committed, and that also there was no evidence, even if a crime was committed, that Kristi had committed the crime. Despite all of this evidence, without even conducting an investigation, and aside from the fact that Guam law clearly makes it a criminal misdemeanor to abandon and neglect an animal in your care. And part of the problem, part of the reason that this deserves an entire live show, aside from the fact that I am an absolute animal lover, is that according to Renee Tiong, this is not the first time rescuers in Guam have encountered this kind of attitude with the Guam Police Department, where they're told that animal abuse is not a crime, even though the law says that animal abuse is a crime. I don't know if you remember years ago, several Guam Police Department officers, I don't even think they're there anymore, but they were implicated in a dog fighting racket. Do you remember that? I know a lot of Guam police officers, though, who are animal lovers, and, Maybe we should publish their names, the names of the Guam police animal lovers, so that whenever you all or any of us have some sort of complaint to make of animal abuse or cruelty, we know to go to those officers instead of the ones who are consistently telling the rescue community lies that these are not crimes. These are absolutely crimes. Remember that guy that got away with the machete attack that killed a dog? There's just been so much. So anyway, my heart goes out to the animal rescue community. I'm an animal lover. I have animals of my own. Matter of fact, I just lost one of my dogs this weekend. My dog 30 was he just got really sick on Saturday night, and he died in my arms on Sunday night. Took him to Harper Valley Kennels to get cremated today. Anyway, I digress. I have so much respect for the animal rescue community because they go way out of their way to rescue animals. They will see stray dogs and cats on the side of the road, and if they can't take them themselves, they'll get on Facebook, they'll get on WhatsApp, and they'll try to find someone to take them, bring them to gain, take them somewhere so that they can be fostered and then rehomed. And if all else fails, they bring them food and water. They notice when they're driving by someone's home, if there is a dog that's emaciated and on a short chain, that's not even close enough to, or not even allowing them to get close enough to whatever dirty water container there is. And these animal rescuers, they go out of their way to help these animals. And it's hard enough to try to home an animal. Much harder than trying to get someone to foster them. Much harder than just retrieving the animal from the streets or from a bad situation. It's so difficult to find homes for animals because the people who care are just full already. Or so those who have cared have left the island because of whatever economic situation everyone's going through. And now the rescue community, because of this and because of prior incidents, I would look at, Julie Cunningham's Home for Wayward Kittens. She rehomed a kitten. A sort of similar situation allegedly happened with the person or with the couple where she homed them. They had to call the police. They got the kitten back, which they ended it with a good story. But because of these situations, the animal rescue community is now wondering, what is it that we need to do to more properly vet people? And as they more properly vet people, the pool of adopters shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. But the work doesn't shrink. The number of strays, the number of animals in distress and bad situations, those numbers don't go down. And there are only so many of these animal rescue people. And these people, they have jobs. These are not, you're just stay-at-home wives who have nothing better to do, that people think that in their head, like, oh, you have nothing better to do because you're a stay-at-home wife or a stay-at-home husband or whatever. It's such an old way of thinking, right? Most of these people, they have jobs. And when they are rescuing, they are either on a break, they're on their lunch break, they're going to work, they're coming from work, they're doing this after work, they're doing this on the weekends. And so this is already extraordinarily burdensome on them as it is. For people like Karen Aguilar and Tina Guzman and Renee Tiong and Julie Cunningham, I mean, it's already difficult. And so when situations like this happen, it just makes the burden so much more heavy. And for those of us who aren't in their shoes, our hearts are broken for Duke and for all of the other animals who have been cruelly abused. Imagine the hearts of these rescuers, the people who are on the ground. And so if you know a police officer, if you know someone at the Attorney General's office, if you know senators, actually, the senators already did their part by passing laws. We don't need to bother senators about this. Maybe the governor's office, the Department of Agriculture, the Guam Police Department. Talk to them. Tell them this story. Let them know, hey, Karen Aguilar on March 3, 2025, went to the Dedado precinct to report a criminal misdemeanor of animal abandonment and neglect, and was told by a police officer there that that's not a crime and there's nothing that they can do. Tell them about the BS coming out of the Dedado precinct and let them know that this is not an isolated incident, that this has been happening to animal rescuers for the past couple of years. Whenever they go to make a report of animal abuse, neglect, abandonment at the Guam Police Department, they're turned away and told there's basically nothing that they can do because it isn't a crime. But it is a crime. And something should be done about it. Because for some of these abusers, they're not going to stop with animals. What do you think? The sociopathy just stops there? No. They're probably hurting other people or on their way to hurting other people. So they have to be stopped. These things have to be reported, and the police have to take these things seriously. Anyway, if you want to see, if you want to know who the police officer's name, ask Karen Aguilar, ask Renee Tiong. They have the blue card that they were given. It has the last name of the officer and the first initial. But anyway, if you want to help out, number one, you can donate to Guam Paws for Pets with the note Mila, Mila. You can donate through PayPal through the identifier Guam Paws for Pets at gmail.com. That's gmail.com. That's GUAHANPAWS, the number 4, PETS at gmail.com. That's one way you can help. Another way you can help is to join the animal rescue community. Another way you can help is to talk to your friends in high places about what's going on with the Guam Police Department. And let's try to get some change going there. For Kandit News, I'm Troy Torres. Thank you for all your comments. I'll read them when my live show is over. God bless you all. I hope that this coming to light can help to change things for the better. I love you. I love all of your animals. I want to see pictures of all of your dogs and your cats and your ducks and your birds and your lizards and snakes and whatever they are. Just not cockroaches or any kind of bugs like that. I hate them. God bless you all. I love you all. Good night.
We got that dynamite. We got that dynamite.
Find the perfect ride for you today with the New Year New Ride sales event at Guam Auto Spot. Get behind the wheel of the 2024 Outlander Sport, starting at just $22,995 or only $156 per paycheck. Visit GuamAutospot.com or call 671-478-AUTO.